dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I still need some music for this show. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. You might hear a little bit of sound in the background. That is my fan going. It's actually starting to get a little warm in my parts. So, not in my parts, but in, like, my neck of the woods. So, we're getting projects done today. What are we getting done? We are going to do some little Eldor, Corsairs. These are the ForgeWorld variety. I don't know if there's any other varieties really, but these have been sitting on my desk for, I don't even know when I got these guys. It's been a couple of years at least. And so, I recently finished up the Funko Pop, which is sitting right there-ish. And, yeah, we're going to get stuff done today. We're working on a brand new project. It is a whole new series. I have 22 of these guys. So I've got quite a few to get through. I'm going to work on them in chunks. I've often talked in the past about, assembly line painting and stuff like that. And so that's what this is going to be. It's an exercise in assembly line painting. Just trying to get these things done. Kilo. Hi, Chris. Been a while. Hi, Kilo. Kilo 8878. It always sounds like a call out. I don't know. Aeldari Lamborghini. Chris, did the missus cut your hair? No, my hair is just kind of slicked back a bit here. But she did cut it. Well, she shaves my head every other couple weeks. Get my head shaved. But we trimmed off some of the hairs because I noticed in the last video my hairs were like coming out. And I usually have been tying it back lately. But I'm not tying it back today. So it's just kind of, I don't know. My hair is just slicked back. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Chris and monkeys. Hey. Hey. So, yeah, we're going to work on some Corsairs. So, as you can see here, this Corsair is kind of, where I'm wanting it. So, I'm basically, painting the guns in a bone. I'm not 100% sure on where I was going with the wings. I started doing this kind of yellow, and I don't know what I was doing, but yeah. Now, if you're wondering how I did these, I don't know if I did any videos or any vlogs or anything like that on these. You know what? I kind of like how it looks almost gold. Maybe I'll just do the wings gold. Because I was initially going to do a silver and then throw a sepia on top to kind of, tie in with the bone of the guns. But I kind of like the membranes kind of being, kind of gold like that. But anywho, yeah, so this is the color scheme. So they're metallic red with a transition to black towards the legs. And so the regular little Benums, they're going to be bone guns. And I think the mouthpiece is going to be bone as well. And then the helmets are black. It's just to kind of tie the color in and, kind of knock out a bit of the intensity of that metallic red. I'm pretty sure what I had done for these. So anybody who's curious as to, how I went about basically painting these is I'm pretty sure I sprayed them with metallic gold, regular metallic gold, or no, you know what? I think it was Mig Ammo's metallic gold. I sprayed them a base of that, and then I'm pretty sure it was Minotaur's Fresh Blood, and I used that over the gold, and that gave me this really bright red. I might have even used a magenta. I don't know. Because yeah, this does look pretty even for red, and it might actually have been magenta I sprayed, which would give you this red because it's yellow and magenta, right? And that gives you red. And then of course I sprayed the legs in black so that there's a slight transition there. And yeah, that was just done just for aesthetics. And in fact, I might, when we're done, might just go over the legs in like a mat and matte the legs and matte the helmets down so they don't feel so bright. Because again, like the guns don't feel very shiny, but I kind of like the wings, you know, in this brighter tone. Yeah, you can still see some of the gold in there in the wings where I didn't quite catch it, because I wasn't too concerned about getting the wing membranes that saturated, and so I was, you know, because I knew I was going to paint them something else. I wasn't going to have them as a metallic red. So yeah. So gold, you think gold membranes on the wings? Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I want like a yellowy gold though. I think I want more of a browny gold. And that's why I was thinking of doing like a silver with a sepia on top, or sepia-like color. But anywho, yeah. So like as you can see, I also converted them up. Well, not really converted. It was just more or less just head swaps. I've got like high elf heads on them, as well as I think I got some dark elf heads. You know, just to vary them up a bit. You can see like that guy there. Pretty sure that's a dark elf head. I think some of them might even have like dark Eldar. I think that's like a witch head I have on this guy. Some of the like specialists and like you know, like this guy's broke. I gotta glue that wing back on, but I'm pretty sure that's a dark elf. Might be a high elf. Either way, we are gonna pound our way through. Yes, we're gonna literally pound our way through these guys. To get me started, I think I'm just going to start base coating the bone. For that, I've been using, I'm pretty sure I was using Rickarth Flesh. I'm pretty sure that's what I used. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I used. So anyway, I'm going to use some Rickarth Flesh. I'm actually busting out my wet palette because we're going to be doing this long process through. I don't know how terribly interesting this is all going to be. But you can kind of see how I work through an assembly line process. There's about, what is this, 12? Yeah, it's 12 models in front of me. So I've got 12 Corsairs in front of me, and I have another 12 sitting on my shelf. I've got 3 to repair, so we'll repair those some point during the stream today. But otherwise, I'm just going to start laying out flesh tone on these guys. I'm just giving them paints a good shake. And then we will begin just base coating weapons and such. And I probably, by the time I get to some of these guys, I'll probably take a break and fix those guys over there. Basically, one guy's missing his arm here, like this guy here. His arm broke off, and his wing also. And the other two just have the wings missing. So, but I got all my parts over here. You can see them right there. So. Anywho, yeah, busting out the wet palette. So, a very rare occurrence for old Chris, as some of you may or may not realize that I often don't work with my wet palette very often, just because of, you know, usually I'm filming stuff and, you know, anything like that. But anybody who's been listening to me rant and rave for any length of time knows that I highly, highly, highly recommend you use a wet palette. Simply because you're just going to get more out of your paint. You're going to, you know, if you do a lot of color mixes and stuff like that, you often, you know, you often have longer work time with it. And really, that's really the big point for it. So, busting out the Rickarth Flesh, and we are going to get to work. So, feel free to ask questions, comments, what-havers. Got a fresh pot of water. I got my tea beside me. I even got some peanuts here so I can munch and chunch on some peanuts if need be, because I was actually up kind of early today. So yeah. Okay, so this guy here is mostly, yeah, I'm pretty sure what I did was I did the bone, and then I came in with some like sepia, and I was just doing some like recess shading and just kind of pushing shadows. I don't know if I'm going to stay with that. I actually, because these came out, or I started painting these way back before like contrast, and I think I would actually prefer something like snakebite leather or something, or even the bone color, skeleton horde. and just do like a wash of that. I'm not going for super high, you know, painting here. I am simply looking to get these guys done. Because I have never fielded these guys on the table. Normally, I would have these guys on a handle. But, well, I guess I could probably put about 5 of these on the handles, I guess. I do have some G-dubs painting handles. Which makes this kind of work pretty easy. Not easy, but a little bit more convenient. Anybody who's... Oh, shoot. See, already making mistakes here. Hey, man. Hey, man. There we go. I got it. Ooh, it's a little dusty here up on the shoulders here. Usually whenever I'm dusting models, I usually grab like, you know, like one of these kind of brushes. I don't know. So this is the scenery brush. And I'll just give it like a quick little pass. Not too hard. Kind of like when you're dry brushing, you know, you don't apply a lot of pressure. Just to knock off some of the dingleberries. But anyway, carrying on. Yeah, I think Skeleton Horde might be in order here, just to get a nice little bone effect. I like using Ricard Flesh in this regard, just because it's got a little bit more brown to it. That's often why I use it. 4-bone. 4-bone? 4-bone. Oh, dang it. I hit it again. Might have to switch to a different brush here. Thankfully, though, they have a bit of sealant on them, so I can clear off little boo-boos really quickly. That's the other part too, when you are working on assembly line type stuff. You know, you feel kind of like, oh, I gotta get this done, and you end up kind of rushing. And I'm getting that vibe right now that I'm in a rush, and I shouldn't be. I should not be in a rush, because that is when you are going to make boo-boos. And the more boo-boos you end up making, the more it's going to slow you down, and then, you know, the more frustrated you're going to get, and, you know, just not any fun. So yeah, so we are just going to start a little pile over here and just keep working our way through. We'll come back and do those helmets. Yeah, the little face guards on the helmets, we'll come back and do those in a moment. Nobody's commented on the little monkey. He's moving. Big thank you to Piehead for taking the time to create that. He also did the animated icon for the Discord server as well. So always big thank you to Piehead. Always much love to the Piehead. He's a commissioned artist. So if you ever want something done up, you might consider him. He's on Twitch as well. Dicey? Is it Dicey June? Something like that. That's his Twitter handle. He's also got a DeviantArt page. And you've probably seen some of his work on the interwebs floating around. He's been doing quite a bit of drawing lately. These kind of instances, I like to just let the bristles kind of do a bit of the work for you, as long as I got enough saturation of color on them. They'll just go and creep their way into details, get into some nooks and crannies, and just let the brush do the work for you, kind of thing. So we'll come back and we'll do another layer on those. I should put these brushes out of the way here. We're not using those guys at the moment. I usually keep my brushes on my right. I usually keep like my brushes in a jar. You know what? Let's just put my brushes in here with my big pile of other precision brushes. Oh, you guys can't see that. Yeah, I've got more brushes over here. I also got. Whoop! Shoot! I see we're dropping shit now. Yeah, I got brushes. This is my Winsor Newtons. I got another heavy metal Masters one. Artist Opus. I got these Rubelovs. These ones are really nice. So anyway, I'll just slap these guys here. Actually, I might need him. Yeah, we'll put those guys there for now. Anyway. Ghost Starman Deluxe Monkey GIF is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it, man. It's fun. I did a test stream yesterday on both YouTube and Twitch, and it was just, you know, testing out this this new program. Well, it's the same program, but it's been available on Windows. It's Streamlabs, and it recently just got an update for OS X, which is the operating system I use, and I was very happy about that. Finally. Yeah, when you're doing this kind of stuff, when you're doing like these assembly line type paintings, you know, you just kind of have to turn your brain off. Don't overthink things. You know, take your time. Just, you know, be in the moment of whatever model you're working on. And like I said earlier, don't be in a rush to, you know, get it done, because that's when you're going to make mistakes, and that will slow down your process. Just don't be in a rush. Everything will happen in its own due time. Yeah, so with this new program, I mean, it's still the same program I've been using. I've been using OBS to stream this stuff, but with the Streamlabs OBS, you know, it makes it the functionality just a little bit easier, and also using like animated things, you know, so I can, you know, have animated you know, elements on screen, as long as you know, your computer can handle it, which is why I wanted to do the test, because I wanted to make sure my computer can handle it. These hairs are kind of going everywhere on me. See some of those little hairs? I kind of think I need to wash my brush. I think it's been a while since I washed this. Whoop. Yeah, you guys are awfully quiet today. Quiet. I just love cleaning brushes. Try not to be overly aggressive when you're doing that. Try not to bend the hairs too far. But you can see how the colors come back of the bristles. You can see like those brown bristles again. They looked black a moment ago, didn't they? Ghost Star Man looks busy painting. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I disturbing you? Oh, I beg your pardon. Am I disturbing you? I didn't realize that I was inconveniencing you. Jeez. Yeah, look at the soap. All the color we pulled out of that brush. We're only playing with a car with flesh right now, so why is there so much dark color in there, right? So, yeah. That's why. You can see now the bristles are brown again. The importance of taking care of your brushes. And normally I just, well, I guess I really don't have to do this, but normally whenever I'm done the painting session, I always run the brush just damp through the soap. And then I simply just draw the brush to a tip. And this is conditioning. This is the conditioning phase of brush care. Something I talk about often. Taking care of your brushes. See? There we go. It's all ready to go. It comes to a nice chiseled edge. Starting to get a little bit of curl there. Starting to. Anywho, back to work. Enough distractions. See, that's the other part I have a problem with assembly line painting is I get distracted easily. I might have ADD. I don't know. Of course, I'm a little old now to be diagnosed or getting a new diagnosis. Kind of a old dog, new tricks kind of thing. Grabbez-vous a little bit of paint. Just using the dampness of the brush to thin the color out a little bit. And of course the wet palette is thinning the color down a little bit as well. Trying my damnedest not to hit any of the little fingers of the armor. Like I said, you just, be in the moment. Think about what you're doing. Don't be in a rush. It will get done. You will get it done. Don't be in such a mad scramble to, get it done. Get her done. I don't know what the hell that sound is. It sounds like somebody torturing a manatee. They're torturing manatees next door. No, I'm pretty sure my neighbors are installing air conditioning. Try and get in here in this little nook and cranny. Because you gotta always make sure you get paint into the crannies. Always. Take care of your crannies. Take care of your crannies and they'll take care of you. I don't even know what that means. It sounds kind of dirty when I say it to myself like that. So you can see I'm just throwing on one base coat. We're going to come back and do another layer on those areas. But we're just working through the process. That's all we're doing. We're just kind of trying to shut off the brain. And that's one of the big problems I often have is just shutting off my brain to, concentrate on getting these things done. G Will 2510. Are you at the mini wargaming bunker? No, I am not. I don't work for mini wargaming anymore. I'm independent. Independent. So, yeah. I don't know what else to follow that up with, other than it was last summer, end of August I think. Trying to be very careful here. Again, don't rush it. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm sure I'm falling out of frame all the time here, but yeah. But I assure you, I'm painting. Make no mistake, I'm painting. And so with this first layer, I'm just, slapping it on, covering it up, I'm not too worried if you can still see color poking through and stuff like that. Because we'll come back and do another layer. And for the next couple of episodes of Getting Projects Done, we will be just doing these guys. So this is going to be an adventure. I don't know how many episodes it'll take for us to get these guys done. I don't want to rush it, as I said, because I've never fielded these guys on the table. I don't even know if these guys are still relevant. I don't even know if these guys are a part of the current army. I have no idea. That's not bad. One little dollop of paint. I still got lots of paint sitting here, and we've gotten through one layer of a lot of these little guys here. See the benefit of working from a wet palette? I don't know. I don't know if there's any naysayers out there who, oh, I don't use a wet palette because it's dumb. You really should, and that's probably why you see so many people. Obviously, especially streamers. A lot of them will be using their wet palette, right? Because obviously, you get more life out of your color, no matter what paint. And if you're a person who is very paint price conscious about, obviously the cost of paints these days, whatever hobby line, product line, whatever, manufacturer you prefer, it's not cheap. And, if you're not, and if you're concerned with the costs, then you definitely should invest in acquiring yourself a wet palette. And those wet palette you see that I'm using, I made it with my own two hands. No, I went to the dollar store. Well, I've got a video. In fact, where? Over there or here. With this finger, I'll point right there for the YouTubers when I post this on YouTube. Right over there is a video on how to make your own wet palette for $4. That's what this wet palette cost me. It was $4, and I've had this for years. And who knows how much paint it has saved me in the long run. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. But yeah, if budget concerns are a thing for you, then yes. Well, I mean, budget concerns are for everybody's thing, I would assume, but some people are more conscious of how much they're spending on paints versus others. And yeah. And also it's super handy. For example, if I needed to stop this and go take care of something really fast, or the wife has to do things for me and I need to stop what I'm doing, or your mom tells you go take out the garbage, whatever it is, you can close it up and what you're working on, go take care of business, come back, and your paints will still be wet and ready to use. They'll be wet and ready for you. And yes, I said that in a way that was steeped in innuendo. There's a little freaking hair on my guy here. It's bugging me. Alright. That's it for these guys. So now we're going to come back and do another layer. Normally when I work on things, I usually don't work on this many models in front of me at once. I usually only work on, say, 5. Just because, I don't like seeing a whole bunch of models. But because I'm streaming this and, I'm distracting myself and, trying to be interesting. Kilo 88. I have been out of the hobby and just find out that there is no more mini wargaming Chris. I just want to ask that how is your independent things working on? What? Can you make a living out of it? Dear God, my English is horrible. Dear God, yes. Have I been able to make a living at it? We're getting there. We're getting there. Patreon has been fantastic. I recently posted, I changed my Patreon page where basically it's not just, contribute, but it's more, here's the goals. And I haven't filled out a lot of the goals as far as I want, but for example, if I reach 150 patrons, which, I'm right now, I think I'm almost halfway there, I'll get rid of all the ads in the videos. I'll demonetize my own shit, right? So, or at least where I can, anyway, right? Because, Twitch and YouTube, they can throw their ads on videos if they want, because obviously it's their platform. But otherwise, for the most part, I'll remove all the ads. And of course, if I reach, I think, like 1,000, or maybe it was 1,500, I can't remember. It's a pretty far off number, but if I all of a sudden get there, I'll look into actually going out and renting physical space to, obviously work from. So I basically find myself an office, a studio, whatever, where I can do this. Because right now, currently, I'm working out of my home, right? So, yeah. All right. Let's reset our lineup then. This is often how I work, is I often will have my little benums in a line. And, yeah. Because it often will keep track, like, drying times. Like, for example, this guy was, like, the first guy we worked on. And so I will, try and keep them in somewhat order so that the first guy I grab and I set him over here, I know that he was the first one done, so that he most likely is mostly dry. And so when we go through for the second coat, I know by the time I get to the last guy, who was the last guy just now, he should be dry by the time we get to him. That's just my goofy work process. All right, so we're grabbing a little bit more paint here. And we're doing a second layer. I know it's exciting stuff, people, but it's got to be done, right? And this show isn't called, doing exciting things. This is getting projects done, getting stuff done. I know, it's really super exciting, but it is actually a rare occurrence for me personally to get my projects done, because so often I'm working and filming, videos and tutorials, and so I have so many half-completed projects on my desk, and it doesn't really bother me because, well, I know I can always come back to that model and film other things. It's basically just obviously the life of a content creator, right? Just you don't get really fired up for working on your own projects, especially when you're filming it, and especially when you want to show particular painting techniques, or you have ideas, or just all around trying to get your stuff done. Drop a brush. Oh. Whew. Yeah, she's starting to get warm where I am. Starting to. I need to grab a little bit more paint. I often use another paintbrush. See, this is the brush I'm base coating with right now. It's a small, medium base coat. Yeah, it's a medium base coating brush. That really doesn't matter. I'm just using it because it's got a nice broad edge to it, and covers a lot of the flat surface. I could just as easily use this brush to base coat, but don't get fallen into obviously the trap of these brushes can only do one thing, right? They're paint brushes. They can do many things. whatever you need them to do. But I often use this brush as my grabbing paintbrush. Why? Because I'm not in the habit of using, say, good brushes that come to a nice point. I don't use those to do that task. I have brushes that do tasks, but any brush can do multiple tasks. But usually your good brushes, you don't want to be doing, you don't want to be doing any kind of dry brushing with them. You don't want to be, just grabbing paint with them, or, whatever, right? So that's all. Yeah, so hopefully next time that we do another one of these getting projects done, hopefully I'll be able to have some music playing so that I'm, not having to hum to myself or sing to myself like some sort of crazy person. Again, my goal with this channel and all the little streams that I do, the goal is always to do better. If I hit upon something that works well, I'll stick with it. But if there's a way to improve upon it, make it better, make it interesting, make it funnier, whatever, I'll do it. And of course, I'm always open to suggestions from the viewers and the monkeys. Doing something better, doing something more efficient, Let's put it there. Ghost Starman Deluxe. May your tips be lubed and may your palate always be moist. Yeah. I was just thinking of that Deadpool Bob Ross commercial. That promo spot. Anyway. And if I go quiet, it's because I'm thinking. I'm concentrating. I'm thinking really hard. It hurts my brain. Yeah. Kilo, thank you for your answer. You can count me in as a patron starting today. Cool, thank you. Thank you very much. Somebody else also just joined Patreon yesterday, which a huge thank you to. So, yeah, with Patreon, I do have patron-only videos in there, as I have had Patreon going for a long while. I initially was reluctant to start it at the time because I was still working for MWG, but people wanted to throw extra money at me, so I said, all right, fine. You twisted my arm, because obviously what kind of schmuck ain't gonna take extra money, because I can always put that towards more models or whatever, right? Other projects. So, but now I'm independent. Well, now it's it's how I'm making a living at this, right? And I would like to be able to continue doing this, because it's been a lot of fun so far. You know, going to conventions, talking to you guys, meeting you guys. You know, and of course, you know, my channel is primarily set for, you know, helping people and, you know, educating and entertaining, and, you know, and I enjoy all those things. I enjoy meeting you guys, and, you know, even though most of the time I'm probably I'd probably be considered a bit of a hermit, or I don't know, but I do enjoy meeting people, and I do enjoy going out to cons and, you know, talking with people and all of that. I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So, like I said, yeah, with this channel, or, well, with Twitch, yeah, expect more thingies. I'm actually considering creating an overlay for all this. Something, I think I might make it. I know that this Streamlabs offers templates and such. I'm probably not going to, you know, use one of their templates. I think I'm going to make my own layout for this channel. And Way the Brush will probably get the same thing, or maybe I'll make two different ones. Maybe I'll make two different ones just to kind of, you know, visually separate how the shows look. Some Earl Grey. Some Earl Grey. You may or may not notice too that when I start on a spot on a model, I kind of tend to start on the same spot on the similar models as I work my way through this process. That's just, you know, something to help you maintain consistency, you know, as you are kind of doing this assembly line type of painting, you know, and you're just working through the projects. You're not too concerned with, you know, anything else. You're just, you know, laying color down and just getting the son of a gun done. There we go. Once you throw that second layer on and the color just looks nice and solid, it's fun. I like it. I like the visual difference too of, you know, opaque color sitting on top of the metallic colors, and, you know, I just like the visual difference, the contrasts between shiny objects and matte objects. It just looks cool. And, you know, your models should look like how you want them to look, and they should look interesting, right? Especially if you game with them. You know, impress your friends and say, hey, look what I made. Look what I painted. Look what I added. I converted. Look at me. Basically, that's what it breaks down to. Look at me. There we go. Getting my Corsairs done. Painting up my Corsairs. done with that for a moment, I just want to double check this guy here. I only have one guy that kind of to, sort of finished looking kind of thing. Well, even still, I mean, I got to do these wings. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. Oh, you know what? I see a difference in color here. I wonder if I was thinking of glazing it to a yellow or something to the ends. Is that what I was doing? I don't even know what I was... Oh, look at the backside. I got gold on the inside here. Okay, well, we already know what it looks like with the gold now. Hey, we got gold there, so... Not gold there, though. But gold there. Yeah, I think I was testing it out. I was trying out different things on how I wanted to paint that, so... So really quickly here, I'm going to do this guy, because I'm going to do his beak, and I'll do the handle under his hand here. So where is a small brush? Put them all away. Let's grab this one here. This is one of the artist opus ones, but you can see the handle's just gunky because I use it a lot. Comes to a nice point still. I've even done eyeballs with these brushes, so they come to a really nice point. And yeah. Can't get enough of that sugar crumbs. Actually, it's not entirely base coat. Yeah. Hey, alright. Enough fussing over that. I'm more concerned with how this is going to look on the helmets. Hate it, then I gotta think of something else to do there. I don't hate it. Let's continue on. It doesn't anger me, and that's usually a good sign when something doesn't anger me right away. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like that. The black helmet with the bone mask. I'm okay with that. See, the thing is that, like, with the helmet, like, I don't know, like, with the membrane being gold, you know? I almost want the membrane to be like an opaque color. But then there's so much surface there that you can play with that you can do something fun there. I don't know. This guy doesn't really need it. This guy actually looks more magenta. Huh. I don't know what I was doing there. It's been so long since I've worked on these that I have no idea what I was doing. So reset my little assembly line. Put him there. Let's do the face masks. Masks. I have to come back and do another layer on those. I actually kind of like it with just the red and opaque on the helmet. It's not horrible either. Nah. I think we'll stick with the black helmet. Yeah, that's the ticket. This process can be kind of boring. You know, just kind of working through things and, you know, just doing this kind of repetitiveness. But if you want to get your army done, get your projects done, this is how it's got to go. Gotta do the boring crap. Boring. Ooh, here's a question. He's got a scarf over half his face. Or her face. I guess I should probably just do a bone, right? Like it's a bone cloth. Yeah, we'll do bone. Screw it. Screw it. Let's keep the theme going. Keep the theme going. Yeah, we'll paint those black later. We'll cover that up. When we get to it. When we gets to it. We'll get to it when we get to it. You know what? I kind of like that too. Just like a little band around the face like that. Yeah, I dig it. I'm liking it. More and more, I'm liking it. More and more. And more. Time way out here. Holy carmoly, we're almost at an hour. Jeez Louise, where's the time go? Oh wait, I didn't do the handle. Oh, I forgot the handle on this one. There we go. I got so caught up in what I was going to paint the scarf that I completely forgot about the handle of the pistol or the weapon. Whatever the hell. Whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm hitting other areas of it. I'm not too concerned about Like there's like a little hose detail that runs. I'm not too worried about that because I'm probably going to hit that with black or something. Yeah. Last one. The last one to do helmet. Actually, I know I got to go back through and and do another layer on them. Get it nice and smooth. Smooth. Did I do his pistol? Yeah. Or shirt and catapult. Whatever the hell it is. So, for everybody out there who's currently listening, I'm going to do a bit of an early show tomorrow, the 23rd of May. I'm going to do an early Way the Brush, or not early Way the Brush, just a pre-show of Way the Brush, because G-Dubs is doing a big reveal. Looks like a Warhammer 40,000 reveal, so I have been asked many times about doing, reactionary type of things, and so I thought, screw it, and it might be fun. So if you're around, well, my time it'll be 9 in the morning. If you're around at that hour, feel free, stop by, hang out with me, and watch the reveal. Whatever it is. I have not really speculated as to what this whole reveal is going to be, so the probability, like what I would love to see is obviously Eldar, but odds of that are pretty darn low. I've had the idea that possibly it'll be 9th edition, or it'll be a lot of Necron stuff, or something like that. Who knows? So I'm having some peanuts. We're taking a bit of a break. I'm having some peanuts. All right. So, for the most part, I'm effectively only working on, what am I working on? Like 9 models? Yeah, 9 models. Like I said, I try not to work on too many projects at once. But, because the goal is not to have, super detailed models, well, like the paint jobs and going into like elaborate shading and highlighting, things like that, that we pretty much just kind of work on these, right? Just grabbing a bit more Ricard Flush. Not much. Just grab a little dollop. Slap it onto the palette. And we'll do another layering of onto the faces. I'm thinning this color down a bit. I actually added a bit of water. I want to do a nice smooth layer here. I'm in frame. I'm in frame-ish. Frame-ish. probably hear people stomping around above me. The reason I often will thin down the kind of final layer is so that I get it nice and smooth. And sometimes if I want a really smooth base coat, I'll do another layer. I'll thin the paint down even further, almost like a glaze, and I'll just let that sit right on that surface, and it kind of just wipes out like all the little brush strokes and everything. I just hit the armor. Developing on the brush. And it's gone. There we go. That's the faces. So now we can bust out some black, I suppose. Yeah, let's bust out the black. I'm gonna use some scale 75 flat black, just because I want to see how the flat black looks on the surface. And this finishes with a nice matte finish. Tea time while I shake up my paint. Always gotta make sure this stuff's shook. Scale 75 flat black, being the flattest of black. That doesn't sound quite right. Flattest? Flattest? Flattest. Yeah, with this color, I think we'll do the helmets. I guess we could do the hoses on the weapons as well, right? The hair. I think that's about it. I think. Oftentimes these paints have agitators in them, so I like to kind of like give them a bit of a smack. I often will just hold like this and give it a smack like this on my hand. And of course, the number one thing that I always do though, or try to always remember, is that when I'm done shaking it and I think that it's thoroughly mixed, I always give it a couple good whacks onto the table, because sometimes the agitator gets caught up in the nozzle, and so you know it can just it's just a huge pain. You end up with too much paint coming out of the bottle. So yeah. Yeah, let's just use the medium base coating brush. I got some hairs going crazy on there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Those hairs are just flying away. I don't know where they're going. Don't know where they're going. Alright. No, I probably should have used a smaller brush. Actually. Oh well. Screw it. We'll come back and catch those details later. careful as possible. Yeah, because we're going to have to come and do 2 layers of this anyway. It sits really nicely on there, but you can still see some color poking through. Just a bit of color. Yeah, I don't want to force that. But it looks pretty cool. You can see how it's drying really matte on that surface. And I like that visual break of that matte and the gloss. I like that. See, I like those visual contrasts on models. Especially if they're gaming pieces, when other people are going to be looking at them and, you know, ogling them. Get those visual interests. Like I was talking about earlier, I like to let the bristles of the brush do most of your work for you. So that those little bristles just fall into all those little nooks and crannies. Try and take your time. Don't be in a rush. I do like how nice and matte that is, though. Hence the matte black. Hence. Definitely going to let this brush sit for a bit when I'm done this week. Just let it condition. Yeah, I definitely like that. In the light, the flat black starts to look almost like a charcoal gray. It still looks like black, but it's, you know, obviously not quite as intense a black as, say, like Abaddon black, which finishes with a semi-gloss. sure why I'm being terribly precious about it at the moment, because I'm probably going to have to go over it anyway afterwards, because I'm going to have to do the flesh. But yeah. I am digging it. Digging it. Can't get no of this sugar crisp. I'm just finishing off the little braid that's running in the back of the head here. Yeah, definitely when we finish off these ones, I'm definitely going to get a mat on all the hair and everything like that. Just going to quickly do another layer while we're still on this one. May as well. May as well. Trying really hard not to hit any other areas here. Well, I'm not trying that hard, but I'm trying to try. But yeah, I definitely like how the matte finishes on the hair like that. That looks pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Tea time. Ghost Starman Deluxe, think I'm finished with my dreadnought for the moment. Need to get my ass in gear and send in an email. Yes, please do. Please do. I think it's peanut brick time. It's tea and peanut brick. Oh, man. I guess I'm going to blow this candle out. I got my candle going as usual. So, what is this again? Cinnamon roll. It's a roll of cinnamon. Anyway, sorry. Just checking my phone there. Alrighty. What next? Oh, I gotta do another layer on the black. That's right. And then I still have to repair those other three. So, let's get back to work. I'm going to stick with this brush to do another layer on the hair, or the helmets, because I need to get into some of the little nooks and crannies. Might need a little bit more paint too. Just right there. So does anybody even know if Corsairs are still in the game? I know like the ForgeWorld book has them, but well, I guess if they're still in the book, they're still relevant, right? I don't even know. I don't even know. Don't even know, man. No, man, no. Things down just a little bit. Aeldari Lamborghini, never seen them played. Most of the ForgeWorld is in need of an update. The rule peeps from ForgeWorld and GW aren't really on the same page, it seems. No, definitely. Because, like, I was super disappointed when they updated the Vampire Hunter for Eldar. And they just arbitrarily doubled its points. It used to cost 700 points. Then they doubled it. I was like, geez Louise. And for something that is like, not very tough, doesn't really have a lot of wounds. Sure, it can spit out a stupid amount of firepower, but like it was just kind of ridiculous. It was almost like they didn't want anybody fielding it. I don't know what the reasoning was behind that. Like, like was somebody at ForgeWorld like, just let me take a stab at it, I'll figure something out? And I was like, what? This makes no sense. None. Grabbing a pretty generous amount of water. Mix it into our little pile of paint. Frame yet. Always the big concern once you start making videos. Am I in frame? Can they see what I'm doing? Am I in frame? Get that little point in there. Can I get that? I can. Got it. Old Man Logan, hey there, Pete, Chris and Peeps. Happy Friday. Old Man Logan, hands looking steady today, Chris. Painting like the wind, brother. Yeah, I'm not too bad today. Not too bad. I hope it's not an age thing that has, started to creep in and, affect my painting. I'm hoping it's not an age thing. I'm hoping it's just, when I'm kind of careless and I'm not, paying attention to what I've eaten and, the whole blood sugars thing, right? That's what I'm hoping anyway. But I'm feeling good today. And I do have a jar of peanuts next to me that in case I do feel a bit queasy, that I need a little pick-me-up, I've got it right beside me. Now, dare I try and do that? I dare. I dare. Got it. Got it again. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the hoses. Let's use this brush. Come back and catch those hoses right there. Just that little thing. Those little doodads. Doodads. Yeah, we'll do the connector black. Screw it. Screw it. There we go. Try to do the insides here. Shoot, I did catch the leg. But thankfully, there's a sealant on them, so I can quickly kind of just wipe it off and bang. Dun. 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 Ghost Starman Deluxe. Chris, when applying flock to a base, would you recommend super glue or plastic glue? If you only have super glue, flock to a base, and if you have to, use super glue. Plastic glue, not so much. The white PVA glue is what typically is what everybody uses for doing static grass and the grass tufts and things like that. That's what I would recommend, is PVA glue. Like the white Elmer's glue. Not so much Carpenter's glue. Carpenter's glue is kind of a similar vein, but Carpenter's glue got something else going on in it. I know in a pinch I've used Carpenter's glue, but yeah, PVA glue is what you want to be using. Go. Old Man Logan, neither. Elmer's clear. Yeah, Elmer's clear. It doesn't have to be. Well, most Elmer's glue does dry clear, or clear-ish. But you don't really use that much Elmer's glue when doing flock. If it's something really fine and delicate, you could even use like acrylic medium and let the flock sit on it, and it'll do the same job. Aeldari, just painting away at a Kingdom Death mini. Decided to give myself an hour's time to sit down and paint away. Yeah, may as well, right? May as well get some projects done. And I've talked about this in the past, getting my own stuff done. I don't think I would get it done in any timely fashion, as typically, because creating videos and such, that I feel like, doing my own things, I really should be. God dang it! I keep hitting those thighs. Get those off. There we go. Yeah, it's just, it feels like, I should be working, or I can work on my own projects, but could also be making a video from it, you know? The perils of being a content creator. And I'm sure there's many out there that feel the same way, you know? No matter what genre of videos they make, I always feel like, you know, your own personal stuff you can kind of put on hold. Ghost Starman Deluxe didn't consider PVA. Yeah, PVA, that's typically what people use. That's kind of like the norm, using PVA. I was just talking about, yeah. Old Man Logan, it's all in your mind, Chris. Sometimes you just gotta let go of that thought about having to stream everything. Although I do appreciate being able to see. Right, well, that's exactly it, right? I mean, just let it go. Not so easy because, you know, I mean, when you're turning this kind of thing into a living, right? I mean, you know, how you use your time, especially when you have family and such, right? Like this just ain't me. I mean, you know, got bills to pay, got, you know, responsibilities. Manage your time, and a lot of times I'm not very good at managing my time. In fact, I would go as far as to say I'm horrible at it. Horrible. Here. I think his little thing needs a little bit of attention. A little bit of attention, not tension. I don't know what I'm talking about. Talking crazy. Damn it, I hit that thigh again. Jeez, I always hit that thigh coming. You know what it is? It's those splayed hairs that are messing that up for me. I blame the splayed hairs. But that's okay. Alright. Because those don't have black elements. There we go. We're kind of getting there, folks. We're kind of getting there. This already looks mostly tabletop. If I did the flesh on that face, and I did the flesh on his face, yeah, like this is almost, I could put these on the table, do the bases, I could put those on the table. I could. Not gonna, but I could. Alrighty, so what's next? Let's do, because I'm liking the idea of the bone guns, and so I think that's what, I'm out of tea. Time we got here. Half an hour left. Okay, we got plenty of time. I'm going to grab some Skeleton Horde. No, first try. Grabbed it on the first try. Ooh, it needs to be shook up. It's been sat for a while. You can see can't see the color, eh? So, let's give it a good old shake. Try and keep my hands up here so you guys can see I'm shaking it, not playing with myself. I don't know what you guys are talking about here. Oh, talking about Kingdom Death stuff? I don't know. Aeldari talking about lawyer problems. Lawyer problems. Yeah, see, now we can see through it. See the light playing through? But did we get it all? Almost. We'll shake it up for a little bit. So basically what we're going to use is some skeleton horde and man, I could need more water in my wet palette. The paper's lifting. Just going to use my dropper. And can I lift this? Can I lift it? There we go. I'll just crimp it. Yeah, it's pretty saturated. Oh no, it's drying at the corners. Oh my. The temperature is increasing. Anybody who works with wet palettes knows that the ambient air can really dry these things out. And that's what you kind of rely on for adhesion for the paper to adhere to the surface. There we go. I probably could close it when I'm not using it either. Anyway, it's a pretty dry wet palette. Yeah. Well, it wasn't dry, but yeah, now it's sitting down properly. But yeah, it was drying at the end over here. I do have my fan going on too, though. But it is getting warmer here. And as anybody who's been watching me in my basement knows that, it does get warm in my basement. Because the sun beams in right away, beginning of the day. All right, big question time. Should I use Skeleton Horde right out of the bottle and apply it to the bone surfaces? Or should I thin it down? Decisions. Thin it down. Let's play it safe. Where's my medium? Keep talking about this. I should put this in a dropper bottle because I have my Lamian medium in a dropper bottle, and yeah, I should put that in a dropper bottle. I keep talking about it. Maybe I'll do that today. Actually, I'll find my dropper bottles. So I have no idea where they are. They're somewhere. Ghost Starman Deluxe doesn't need thinning in my experience. Well, it doesn't need it. I'm not saying it needs it, but it's how much saturation. And I don't really want to oversaturate. Like, I don't want to change the value too much. Like, see here how I have this recess shading going on? See, I don't want it to change the overall value too much. For example, yeah, see the difference between the two? And so if I lay Skeleton Horde on too heavily, the big flat surfaces might change too much. And I don't really want that. That's what I don't want. So he can sit over here because we're going to do him. So I have him. So I'm going to use, no, I'm going to thin it down. And so we're going to take a little bit, slap it onto our wet palette because we can. Yeah, see, like when it bunches up, you can see it's really like it is really dark. Make sure your brush is thoroughly washed and cleaned out because you do not want to contaminate your medium. I'm going to grab two very generous helpings of medium. Sort of like a 1-to-1. There we go. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it the old college try. And you know what? That is pretty close to what I want. Overly saturated, and if I want to come in and pick out the areas, yeah, you know what, that's actually not too bad. Being fairly generous with this, so it will fall within the recesses. Just like that. You see, it's not too different from that. That That was a very deliberate shading, and that's a very generous shading. That's pretty darn close. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to continue on with that. Carry on. Let's do his beak first. Yeah, let's change that value up. Bring a little bit of visual interest into it. Yeah. With contrast though, yeah, you really have to apply it pretty generously if you want it to do what they advertise it will do. You know, you got to be pretty heavy-handed. It's kind of contrary to what you often would think, and often what I advise people to do when they're painting is obviously not lay it on too heavily. But with this, yeah, you kind of want to lay it on heavily. I'm just letting the bristles work their way around surfaces, allowing it to build up color into the little areas, little nooks, little crannies. I know I say that a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it because I have no idea what another word for these little details would be. The little doodads and bit bobs and such. And we might have enough contrast on our palette here to do this entire little grouping of models we got going on. We might. We just might. I might have grabbed the right amount. It's fun painting with this stuff. There's something kind of liberating about just kind of slapping paint onto the surface. Especially for anybody who's, who's been very deliberate how you apply paint to a surface. It's kind of fun to just slap it on. Just kind of freeball it, as it were. I realize that's not what freeballing is, but you know what I mean. Just kind of being free with it, just playing with the color. It's fun just playing. It's fun to have fun. And that's important. It's important for every one of you out there that when you're painting your models, you're having fun. Sure, you might be learning something, but it's also important to have fun. It is fun to have fun. And I am happy that I did thin this down, because this is pretty much how I wanted it. I didn't want it too heavy. I didn't want it changing the overall value of the base tone too much, but I did want to have this nice little creeping action into all the little nooks and crannies. Can't forget about the crannies. Okay. And look at that, we had enough contrast on the palette. What was it, about 2 drops? Perfect. Perfect. I love it when a plan comes together. Didn't do the beak. Gots to do that beak. There we go. Yeah. That's it. That's those base tones there. It's a little heavy on the melter though. Or the flamethrower. Is this flamethrower? Melter. Flamer? Whatever. Probably gonna get some heavy tiding if I do this. Yeah. But that's okay because I can always fix that later. Just pull it off here. And yeah, we'll leave it that. We'll leave that there. You know what? I want a little more right here on the canister or whatever the hell this detail is. Yeah. Paint over my desk. I'm okay with all that. Where am I? Old man Logan. Free ballin' Fridays. That's right. I'm free balling this shit, man. I was free balling. Aeldari, there's no better way to spend a Friday. Definitely. Just free balling, man. Just free ball it. I mean, you guys don't even know if I'm wearing pants right now. Because I was free balling. Oh, man. Alright. So we'll let that dry for a moment. While we're letting that dry, let's fix those other three. Grabez-vous my trusty rusty super glue. Excuse me, CA glue. Grabez the wings. So first thing first, actually let's close up the palette here. It doesn't need to dry unnecessarily. Okay, let's move these guys around here actually. Oh, you know what too? I have my fan blowing. It's blowing right across my desk. That's probably why this stuff's drying fast as well. I'm liking that though. I'm liking the color scheme. I like the because the Ricard Flush was actually quite dark, and so the Skeleton Horde warms it back up, and then it gives you, it brings it kind of closer to the red side of things again. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy with it because initially the Reikland Flush Shade it has a bit of coldness to it. It's not quite as warm as you'd think. Anyway, as I was going to say, contact points. Just make sure there's not an excessive amount of glue where I need to clean off. Yeah, I might have to clean that one. For that, I just simply blade it, just like so. Likely rescore it so that the connection is as strong as it can be. Yeah. Just like so. Here, we'll just rescore this. Yeah, that should be fine. If I was a real stickler for it, would go in with a small rotary tool, whatever, and just clean out the excess glue, but it's not entirely necessary. Just clean some excess out from the end of my nozzle. But you can see for the most part, inside the nozzle is pretty clear. And I've been using this glue for a while. It's always important to burp the tip of your glue. Burp the tip. If you want to get the most out of your super glue, your CA glue. And also too, another thing with CA glue is you do not need a lot on a surface to get a good strong bond. And in fact, CA glue is kind of the less is more type motto. It really does not take much to give it good strength. So I'm not going to use any activator. In my experience, some activators tend to eat away at the paint surface or make the surface kind of loose. So I often will not use activator with like we're repairing a model or anything. So yeah. All right, now the question becomes, which wing belongs to which? I don't know if it really matters, although some of them might have more gold on them than others. Let's say this is his wing. Again, does not take very much glue. I'm just trying to match up where the paint lines were. And just leave it be for a few minutes. There we go. Another wing down. Everybody's kind of back to normal. So, big tip here. And I think I've got a fresh tip on this one. Taking care of your glue. It's always important to burp the tip. So I always grab some Kleenex, paper towel, whatever. Give the bottle a squeeze upright so that you're not squeezing excess glue out, and then just simply burp the tip and draw the excess glue out. You can see back down into the tube, and that's what you want. And that way CA glue won't build in here and clog your nozzle. That's it. And yeah, that's all I do. That's how you that's how you take care of things, man. Ghost Star Mandalux, thanks for the PVA tip, guys. Seems to have worked pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty much the standard PVA glue for doing static grass and flocking, stuff like that. Yeah. J-Thumb, so did O just have these guys floating around in your paint me pile? Hopefully they aren't a purchase since 8th came out. They really screwed over Corsairs. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Like I didn't even know if these guys were still relevant. I've had them for, yeah, I bought these guys. It's been years now. They've been sitting on my to-do pile. I don't know if I filmed how I did the initial painting of them, because I didn't do it in this show, this metallic red and black. I've actually only been just doing the weapons, the bones, and obviously just repaired these guys. And so we're going to give these guys a few moments to dry. And in fact, what time are we at here? Oh, we're almost done. We're almost, our time is almost up. And of course today, yeah, Jatham, I've been using my wet palette today, just because to get the most life out of the paint, you know. Because I mean, like, what we did all this bone, what, $2-3 of paint, the black, $2 of paint. We used some contrast on the wet palette. That did all those guns. Yeah. And in fact, since we have a little bit of time left before we go, let's do the flesh on these two people. Now, what did I start the flesh off with? Whoop, jeez Louise. That's a problem with all these little fiddly little things coming off models. What did I start this flesh off with? Would I have done Ricard flesh? I don't know what I did. What should we do? What should we do for the flesh? We could probably go with Wraithbone. We probably could go rat skin. Bugman? Let's go Bugman. Yeah, let's go with Bugman. Because we can just build up from it. We won't bother shading it. We'll just build up from Bugman. That might have been what I was doing. I don't know. Because I like using these base colors on top of, like... Because basically there's like sealant as well. And so the paint is actually getting pretty thick. And so the fewer layers of paint I can use or, you know, lay on a model, you know, all the better. So, yeah, we'll just use Bugman's and we'll just build up right from there. Bugman's will be our darkest tone on these faces. Ghost Star Mandalex, I'm pretty sure you did record the initial paint job of these guys. I think I remember you airbrush them. Yeah, I did airbrush them, but I don't know if I did it on my channel or if it was on another channel. I don't know. Either way, yeah, I may have shown how I did them. You might have to hunt around. If I did show how I did them on my channel, it would be a airbrush noob video. So, if you really want to know how I painted these and you weren't around for it at the time, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an airbrush noob video. I would have done it. Alright. So we're just going to grab a little, this is probably too much, but whatever, we don't care. We're not concerned with that. And in fact, we'll probably do that other guy with the unhelmeted head face. Yeah, we'll do him. So let's grab this guy. Yeah, I like how the contrast came out on this. Picked out all the little areas. See, because when I did this guy, I was very deliberate. Now you can see the base tone, like in this area, is still quite strong with the Ricard flesh, whereas this, it's been knocked down a bit. But I do like the overall feeling of it all. And I mean, like, if I was quickly getting these done, which is pretty much what I'm doing, that was like deliberate, whereas this was what I just slapped it on, you know. And they're pretty comparable to each other. So let's grab in a bit of Bugman and let's do this skin. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm mostly happy with that. Where's his ear? I can't see his ear. There it is. His big pointy ears. There we go. That is a face. Cool. This next one. This one's got just a little bit of face. Oh, gotta get the ears. Hold on, we gotta get the tips of the ears here. Oop. Making boo-boos. Making boo-boos. It's okay. It's only base coated at the moment. We can always correct it in the highlighting phase. We can fix boo-boos. We have the technology. We have the technology. Yeah. I'm digging it. Oh, jeez. Hit it. Whack. Lost grip on my brush. Must get ears. There we go. There. Yeah, made a boo-boo over here and hit that little face mask thing. And then this guy here who's howling at the wind. There's a little bit of fluff or something on his face. Old Man Logan, are these Turbo Dork Metallics Spicy Meatball? No, they are not. These, I painted these guys ages ago, before even Turbo Dork was a thing. I seen today, actually, Turbo Dork made a post that they've been open for a year now. I was thinking, is that it? Just a year already? Damn. Feels like they've been part of the landscape for a while. I guess that's a good thing, though. That they already feel, at least in my brain, well established. Which is good. Because I like Turbo Dork stuff. Go. It's kind of hard to see because the hair is not painted yet, but and all the Corsairs are all getting black hair, just because it's the color scheme. when this pirate band joins together, they all say, no, we all have a uniform. We have a uniform. We're all pirates, but we have a uniform. And if you want to be part of the pirate code, you got to dress the same. Everybody's got to be the same. Because that's what pirates are known for, right? Conformity. Pirates are known for conformity, aren't they? There we go. There. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. That brings us to the 2-hour mark. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I am going to continue to work on these guys. I'm going to get them done. Make sure my palette's shut properly. Yeah, there we go. And in fact, the next time we do a getting projects done, let's see if any of that paint is still wet. It should be. I would assume it would be. But yeah. Old Man Logan, so are these red clear over metallic? How, Chris? How? Tell me. I'm pretty sure, as Ghost of Starman Deluxe mentions, I'm pretty sure I filmed this, but I don't know if it was filmed on this channel or my YouTube channel, or if it's over on Mini Wargaming. I do not know. I might take a look. I don't know if I'm so inclined. But anywho, join me next week as we continue to work on these guys. I'm going to get these guys all done. In fact, maybe next episode we'll go a little further with these, or I might get the next batch ready. I don't know. We'll see. Wasn't it Spirit Stone red through an airbrush over the metallics? Was it? I don't think it was. Because I'm pretty sure, looking at some of these guys, you can see there's gold, and I'm pretty sure I used MIG ammo gold and then laid it clear. I'm pretty sure I used Minotaur's magenta over this, because yellow and magenta make red, and I wanted a nice red, and so yeah, I used gold first and then magenta on top, and that gives you red. Anyway, I'm gonna look for the video. When I get around to posting this on YouTube, I might have a little card pointing to my freaking hair's off to the side again. Anyway, I'm gonna have a card appear over here for the video, so it's near the end of the video. Yeah, so it should be pretty easy for me to find. Anywho, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Big thank you to all my patrons for your support, helping this channel and helping me continue to make videos, educate, inform, entertain. So always a big thank you. And yeah, I don't got theme music for this, so I think. Oh, and a big thank you to Piehead for giving me the animated logo that you see at the bottom of the screen over there. He's I don't know. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Ghost Starman Deluxe, have been called for dinner, so I'll go eat. We'll email you later. Yes, email me later, dude. Please. I want to see what you're up to. Tastefully. Don't be sending me weird pictures. Anyway. I'm doing an early show, or an early show, a pre-Way of the Brush show tomorrow morning. I'm going to live stream what's going on with that big Games Workshop Warhammer 40,000 reveal tomorrow. So that's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. I'll probably jump on a little bit early just to kind of, do a preamble and such. And yeah, we're going to, if you want to watch it with me and, share in our excitement, we're going to do that. We're going to do that tomorrow morning. So, well, tomorrow morning for me, but it's like 2 p.m. I think in the UK. So, yeah. Pretty sure I got the times right. It's on the website anyway. So, anyway, yeah, join me tomorrow morning. I'm gonna live stream that. 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. over there, and I'm pretty sure 2 p.m. BST is like 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is where I am. So, if you want to watch it along with me, join me right here on Twitch or YouTube, whichever flavor you enjoy. But we're gonna do it on both channels. So, yeah, it'll be before Way of the Brush. I think it's only gonna be an hour long, and so we'll take a break, grab some lunch, and then I'll do Way of the Brush. I think that sounds like a plan. It's gonna be a full day tomorrow. It's gonna be a full day. I'll be tired by the end. I'm probably gonna need extra coffee or extra cheer in my coffee. No, because it gets pretty sloppy when I have too much cheer in my coffee. So don't want to get sloppy on the show. Not too sloppy anyway. Alrighty, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go grab some lunch. I actually don't have anything pressing to do today on my honeydew list, so I'm pretty wide open for the day. Anywho, laters. Where's my thing there? There it is. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this program, but I like it. Let me know if you guys like that little animated monkey. And yeah, it's fun, right? It's fun. It's fun. Fun is fun, and that's fun. And a big thank you to Piehead for whipping that up for me, because he did the Discord logos. If you go to our Discord, you'll see the little animated monkey. He did those, thankfully. Anyway. Dun 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 dun